In this next lesson, I'm going to show you the easiest and the quickest way to start playing guitar. And not only just guitar, but these chords are going to sound very modern. And it follows our format of all my lessons, which are in the numbered system. And so these are going to be a little different for you if you only know how to play traditionally, but the whole thing will make sense if you understand our system. All right, here we go. The set of chords are going to all be in what we call the G form. There's 5 forms, open forms to play the guitar. This one's the easiest to start because of the fingering, and it happens to be in the G form. And so here we go. This is the fretboard I will be using. And if you're new to my lessons, this fretboard basically looks like this. It's as if your guitar is on your lap and you're looking down directly at the guitar. And let me show you these finger names. That is the index finger. That's the middle finger. That's the ring finger. And this is the pinky. So let's get started. By the way, these chords I'm about to show you are in the order of importance for you to memorize. You don't have to memorize all of them to start playing, but they are kind of ordered that way. So the first 3 are going to be the most important chords you'll want to memorize. And here's the first one. This number 1 not only shows you that it's the first chord, but it is actually called the number 1 chord. Remember, these are named by number, not by chord names, because you don't need the chord names to play in the number system. And you don't really want to know them necessarily by name, because this system will allow you to play in any key. And depending on what key you're in, the names of the chord will change. However, the numbers will never change. So the number 1 chord looks like this. 4 fretted notes. That's the middle. That's the index. That's the ring. That is the pinky. And I'm going to kind of go through these pretty quickly because you can always rewind and pause to get this. But that is the number 1 chord. And you'll want to memorize it by this name, number 1. The next chord is the number 4 chord, and the number 4 chord looks like this. Here are the fingerings, and if you paid attention, you'll notice these 2 fingers never changed, and these 2 fingers, these 2 notes, just moved 1 string, each of them. That's the only difference between number 1 and 4, except for this additional thing right here, that X. What this X means is absolutely nothing if you are an absolute beginner guitar player. So don't even pay attention to this for now. But if you, once you start understanding and you can play these chords pretty effortlessly, you'll want to come back and look at these and pay attention, because what that X means is when you're playing the number 4 chord, you don't really want this string, the low E string, to be ringing out. And there's different muting methods you can use in order to not have this note ring out. But for now, if you're a beginner, don't even worry about it. All you need to worry about is this shape is the number 4 chord. The next chord is the number 5 chord. 5 chord. 5 chord looks like this. Once again, these 2 notes never changed for all 3 chords. And this index finger just went from here on the 4 chord to this string on the number 5 chord. Super simple. By the way, all these chords have the least amount of finger movements as possible, and that's because it makes it super easy for you to get started playing songs, which is the whole goal to play guitar. For number 5, you notice you don't want these 2 strings to ring out. Okay. I just showed you the 3 most important chords to learn in order to start playing songs. And the funny, cool thing is, just with these 3 chords, you can play like tens of thousands of songs. They're the most common chords of a progression, and you can learn all that later. But if all you did is know these 3 songs, you can start playing songs right now. There might be simple songs, but you can start playing. Okay, the next chord is what's going to be the 6th chord. And in order for me to show you the 6th chord, I want to show you the diagram of the 1 chord. So this is the 1 chord that you already learned. Now I want you to watch what happens when you go from the 1 to the 6, because chords 1 and 6 are very similar. And that's true in music theory as well. But now watch here, keep your eyes here. Watch what happens when I switch to the 6th chord. Whoa! Back to 1 chord. Here's 6th chord. Whoa! The only thing that changed is I took this middle finger completely off. And there's no X or anything. So the difference between 1 and the 6 is just a middle finger off. How cool is that? Now you learned the chords 1, 4, 5, and 6. With those 4 chords, you can play a majority of especially worship tunes. The modern stuff, 1, 4, 5, 6. I would say half the songs just only use those 4 chords. But let's say you want more. You want to play more. The next chord I want to show you is what's called the number 2 chord. Number 2 chord. But before I show you number 2, just like we did with 6, I got to show you number 4. Because chords 4 and 2 are similar and they are related in music theory. But the best way to think of the 2 is to go off of the 4. Watch this. Keep your eyes here. Here's the 4. Here's the 2. Whoa! 4, 2. Once again, just like you did between 1 and 6, you just took the middle finger off. This is the easiest way. You remember, these chords are the easiest way to play a number 2 chord that sounds modern, and you can actually, start playing 2 chords without having to change too many fingers. All right. Now you only have a couple of chords left. The next chord is what's called the 3 chord. But to go and learn the 3 chord, I want to show you once again the 5 chord that you memorized. Because the 5 chord and the 3 chord are related and are very similar. Now this is a little different than the other 2 chords you learned, the 6 and the 2, in that you don't just take a finger off. For the 3 chord, you have to begin with the 5 chord and you add 1 more note. Let me go back again. There's the 5. You add this note here. Now, in order to do that, your fingerings for these 2 notes have to change. There's the 5. There's the 3. You see that? Okay. I only have 1 more chord, and this chord has kind of a weird name because as of now, we've covered the chords 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, another chord that will come up from time to time in modern music is what's called the flat 7 chord. Flat 7. And I didn't connect this to any other chord like I did with the last 3. I'll just show you what this looks like. Like that. Here are the fingerings: ring, pinky, middle finger. You could probably use your index, but the middle will probably be a little easier. Now, if you think through I've shown you 7 chords. You don't need all 7 to play music. In fact, a lot of songs don't have all 7. A lot of songs will only have 4 or 5. But I wanted to give you all these just in case you wanted to learn them. And if you've noticed that this ring and pinky note right here for all 7 chords has never changed. They're always the same. And I've purposely made it that way so that an absolute beginner would be able to memorize these chords. I would say within one day you can memorize these. Definitely in a week you'd be playing all of them because the fingerings are so easy. And so there they are, the chords, modern chords, easy, simple chords in the G form. And I want to show you one more slide so that, before I do that, I forgot to put these X's up. So just like the 5 chords, you don't play these 2 once you get experience at doing this. Let me show you a slide that shows you all 7 chords on one page. Number chords in G form, here they are. 1 and 6 are related. 4 and 2 are related. 5 and 3 are related. And flat 7 kind of stands alone. There's a ton of music theory here that I will explain, and actually I think I already have explained in some of my videos that are already up. But for now, I just want to keep it simple. There they are. Memorize them. That's it.